Hey, what's up guys? This is BornForPvM, and I've got a really kind of interesting series, and it's also really confusing. So I'm going to try to do my very best to explain it to you. And then I want your feedback on if you think I should do this series, and why or why not. And also maybe some help naming it if we do decide to go along with the series after all. So as I just mentioned, I do not currently have a name for this series. However, I have most of the rules and the objectives laid out for it. And I think it's going to be a lot of fun, especially for me, and most importantly for you. So let me go ahead and explain it to my best ability, because like I said before, it is very confusing at first, but I think you'll understand it fully after this video. Okay, so the first thing I want to explain is the main objective of the entire series. So the main objective of the entire series that I'm presenting to you is to solo the following bosses once. Now this is a list of all the bosses that I plan to solo. Obviously I excluded Nex, Jad, and Har Akin because those are extremely hard, and especially with the rules that I'm using, it would be impossible for each of them, regardless of how good you are at PvMing. So anyways, I've excluded those. However, every other boss and semi-boss is on the list, and I'm not going to read them out because that would just take too long, and I want to keep this video really short. So again, this is the main objective of the entire series, to solo the following bosses once. And you may be saying to yourself, well, that doesn't seem very confusing. Well, please pay very close attention to what I'm about to say, because it's about to get really confusing. So after killing a boss on the list, I will be given an option to pick any one item from the Grand Exchange that comes up when I type the first 3 letters of the boss's full name into the GE database. And I will also get an item that comes up when I type the last 3 letters of the boss's full name into the GE database. So that's a total of 2 items per boss, assuming that the 3 letters actually bring up items when they are typed into the Grand Exchange database. Now don't worry if you're still confused. I'll give you a simple example of what I'm talking about so it can hopefully give you some clarification. Okay, so I switched to my Hypercam recorder, and I'm going to go ahead and show you in-game what I mean by the 3 letters for the beginning and the ending of the boss's full name. So I'm going to go ahead and give you the most simple example that I can. Let's say I just finished killing the giant mole. I'm going to go to the GE, and I'll now be allowed to pick any item from the list that comes up when I type the first 3 letters of the boss's full name into the GE database, and also the last 3 letters of the boss's full name. So I'll go ahead and put text on screen for you so you can see the boss that I'm going to give the example for is the giant mole. So we have giant mole. Go ahead and type it in the GE database. And now I only want the first 3 letters of the boss's full name, which is GIA. Press enter, and these are the items that come up. Okay, so I get to pick one of these items, and I get to use it to help me with future bosses. So I'm going to go ahead and pick the giant int pouch. Buy that. Doesn't matter what I buy it for, because this is part of the whole series. It doesn't matter. Money in my money pouch is not relative whatsoever. Okay, so it doesn't matter how much I have in my money pouch. It's only going to be used to buy items that I earned by killing the bosses. We still have the ending of the boss's name, which is OLE, because again it's giant mole. So we have OLE, it ends in OLE, and we get another item. As you can see, we have a bigger list, and now I get to pick one of these items in this entire list to help me with future boss kills. And then I can just progress from there. As you can tell, now I'll go on to a somewhat harder boss. I'll get 2 more items, and I can go on from there and there and there. However, there's one more catch that I haven't told you yet, which I'll explain after I finish explaining the 3-letter thing. So I'll go ahead and pick the Zamorak Stole. Doesn't matter what I buy it for, because again, money is not the issue. It's not relevant for this series. Oh, you fucker. Okay, well, maybe, okay, let's go ahead and... Oop, not 5. Here we go. Okay, now it's going to buy. And there we go. So, wow, really? I was 1k short? Nice, okay. Wait, I wasn't even 1k short. What? I am 400 GP short. Okay, anyways, so I've got my 2 items from killing the giant mole, and hopefully I can use those to kill harder and harder bosses on the list, and I can just progress from there. Now there's one more thing I have to tell you, which I'll go ahead and go back into the Sony Vegas recorder to explain to you guys real quick, which is also really important. Okay, so if you're one of the smarter subscribers, you may understand the 3-letter thing, you know, the ending 3 letters and the beginning 3 letters. But there's one more thing you may be asking yourselves, and that's, where is Born going to get food to kill these bosses? And that's where letters come into effect once again for this series. And now, based on how many letters the boss's full name contains in it, I will get that many gourmet impling jars. So let's say it's the giant mole that has, I believe, 9 letters in it. Spaces don't count. It's got 9 letters, so I'll get 9 gourmet impling jars to open up. And gourmet impling jars, if you don't know, give you food. And that's where I'm going to get my food source from. So as I kill more and more bosses, I'll get more and more gourmet impling jars. I'll open those and I'll get more and more food, hopefully. I'm going to have to balance it properly so I get more food than I consume, so I can actually kill more and more bosses and harder bosses. So I'll go ahead and give you an example in RuneScape once again to help clarify. Okay, so we're back at RuneScape and we're at the GE, and so basically let's just pretend that I just got done killing the giant mole for my series, and I've got the 2 items that I decided to pick, and now let's go ahead and I'll show you how I earn the food. So as you know, the giant mole has 9 letters in its full name, so we'll go ahead and buy 9 gourmet impling jars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Holy hell, Born can count like a pro. Go ahead and buy these, make sure they buy. Collect item. Alright, so now I've got these. So this is basically all the stuff I earned or got rewarded for killing the giant mole. So let's go ahead and open it all and see what I get. Okay, so now I have this kind of food for killing the next boss, which will probably be either the King Black Dragon or a Mithril Dragon or something really easy, because as you can tell, this food's kind of crap, and so are the items that I received. You know, if I kill like King Black Dragon, I'll get Dragon Claws, you know, if I wanted to pick those. I really don't know what I'm going to get when I kill the, you know, that's the whole fun of it, in my opinion, is like no one really knows what I'm going to pick, and I don't even know what I'm going to pick, so I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Anyways, so here's what I now have to basically kill the next boss, and I'll progress and progress and progress and hopefully be able to take down the Corporal Beast, but I don't know, that's a pretty big if. Anyways, so yeah, that's how I get my food source. I hope I described it clear enough for you so you understand. And just like any other series, this series also has rules. Here is what is not allowed. No gathering resources, no trading other players, no using the GE besides to buy the items that I was rewarded for killing the boss, no using previous items from my bank besides items required to get to a certain boss or kill a certain boss, for example, a Mithril Grapple, a Sapphire Lantern, black armor, and etc. No cheating during the boss kills, such as glitching / full safe spots. No coming back to the same monster if I fail to kill it the first attempt. Example, no half killing then coming back to finish the job if I fail. I must start a new monster if I fail. No killing a boss more than once. Obviously it's not allowed, because if I just killed the giant mole 20 times, I could get 20 giant int pouches, which would just be cheating, because we all know that's overpowered. But no, in all seriousness, if you could kill a certain monster more than once, I would just kill the King Black Dragon until I had, what, like 200 dragon arrows, and that just wouldn't be fair. So yeah, no killing a monster more than once. No using items dropped by monsters or the monsters before the bosses, such as kill count. So let's say when I pop Zilliana in the face and I get a Ceradomin hilt, which we all know is going to happen, I'm not allowed to make it a god sword and go tear Bando's butthole in half with it. I can't do that, so if I get a drop, I'll just have to keep it to myself, or maybe I'll give it to you losers. Not losers, I'm kidding. What's a better word for this? Fags. No, I'm kidding. Again. No, but I'll probably give away items that I get on during this series if I do it. Now, all you guys are going to be like, oh my god, everyone thumbs up the vid so we can do the series. So, okay, you guys aren't that greedy, I hope. Anyways, yeah, so those are the rules of what not to do during the series. And again, I might add or remove certain rules depending on your feedback or once I look over it again. And here's what's allowed during the series. Getting kill count off video. Only the boss kill itself is required on series, not the kill count or the minions. And I also get 1 rollback, which means if I screw up, I get a chance to go back to a certain checkpoint in the series and correct my mistakes. This helps me from getting stuck during the series. Like, there will be points in the video where I might be able to get stuck. Like, if I kill a boss and I killed like all the easy bosses that I can and I don't have the required items to kill the harder boss. But I looked over the series pretty thoroughly, and it looks like I won't get stuck if I choose my items wisely. So again, I want to thank you guys for watching this far into the video. I hope I explained it well enough, and if you understand what I'm asking, you know, for this series, go ahead and like the video, and that will show me that that you want me to do this series. Now, I could also do it with another person. I don't like another YouTuber or like a friend of mine. Now, RuneShark comes to mind, obviously, because they're really good friends of mine. They're also really good YouTubers, and they're really good for series. However, we are doing about like 20 series together, so I'll talk to them, see if they want to do it. And I don't know, I might do this one solo, though. I've never really done a solo series that like actually requires me to go out and do adventures and PvM and stuff. I do have like the Borns Believe It or Not, but that's not really PvM related or like adventure related. And yeah, I've never really done one, and it might be fun just to do it myself. So I don't know. I'll think about that. Anyways, again, like the video if you want me to do this series idea. If not, tell me why in the comments, and please don't say it's because I have too many series going on, because if I only had one series, you wouldn't get many videos, trust me. Again, thanks for watching, and I hope you guys will agree with me that this series will be pretty fun.